lots of good games. That brings us down to our last category. And there's not a whole lot in RPGs, but there are some RPGs on this arcade system.
Yeah.
Which, for me, I'm kind of more of an arcade gamer. I did buy Ys Chronicles. I did buy it, and I did buy Evoland 2. But for me, I just like to play arcade games on my iiRcade. That's just me personally. But I think these games work well.
If you really want to have a lot of fun for a couple of hours, because you can pretty much beat it in one sitting, get Evoland, the first one.
Evoland?
First one? It's so cool. Like, I know that they pretty much do the same gimmick in Evoland 2, but they kind of add in like time travel and stuff to it. But it's so great. It really takes you through the history of video games. It starts out like as like an old game, and as you keep playing through
it evolves as you play it.
It evolves.
It starts off really basic, and the Evoland 2 does that too. They're really good games. They're good games. Forget that it's an RPG. Pick up Evoland. You'll have fun. I guarantee you can probably beat it in one sitting. It's not that long of a game. The second one's a lot longer.
Yeah.
My only issue with
7 hours.
I can't say anything bad about both of the games, but I think Evoland 2, even on sale, you can get these games. You can get the whole pack of both of them for a lot cheaper
elsewhere.
For like $3. But I still had a lot of fun playing it on iiRcade.
Has anyone played Reventure?
I have it.
Is it any good?
I haven't played. What is it? Oh no, I apologize. I haven't played Reventure. That one, it seems like you can do anything in that game. You can just basically
is that the game where you have to
kill anyone in that game. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you can change the story 100. Like there could be like over 100 different endings to that game.
Yep.
That's cool.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I played Evoland 2, and there's another one that's sort of, it's the orange pixel one. I didn't like that one, but it's like you're in a cave, but they don't put it under RPG, but it really is an RPG.
Heroes of Loot?
Yeah, Heroes of Loot 2.
Yeah, Heroes of Loot 2.
It was just like too repetitive after. It was just way too repetitive.
I love that game. I wouldn't consider it an RPG. I would consider it more like Gauntlet.
Yeah.
It's like a dungeon crawler.
This is Papa Brad coming at you with a quick review of Heroes of Loot and Heroes of Loot 2 on the iiRcade. I'd like to say a quick shout out to Brooklyn Menace, who recommended this game to me. Go check out his channel and his great show, The Friday Night Arcade. You get to pick your hero from one of 4 classes: Elf, Warrior, Wizard, and Valkyrie. Have unique stats and weapons. There's also a 5th character you can unlock if you can get far enough in the game. The gameplay is similar to the game Gauntlet. You enter the dungeon with your end goal of finding a key and to reach the exit. There's all kinds of different enemies that you're going to encounter on your way, and plenty of treasure or loot to get. There's also secret rooms to find, power-ups to collect, and shops to spend your money, and even some odd side missions to take on from here and there in the game. Cool thing about the game is each dungeon is randomly generated, so each time you play the game, it's different. That adds an addictive arcade style to the game, and it makes every playthrough different. The more you play the game, the more new content gradually unlocks, such as new enemies or new gameplay features, such as rescuing prisoners in cages. The game also has some small short cutscenes that play, usually making fun of the situation that you're in. And there's some odd pop culture references in the game too, just for good measure. Everything Heroes of Loot does is solid. I mean, the controls are good, the graphics are good, the sounds are simple, but they get the job done. It all runs well and plays great on iiRcade. Didn't really encounter any glitches or bugs while I was playing. Heroes of Loot is a game where you're moving from floor to floor, aiming for a high score, and that's about it. Orange Pixel made a good, fun, easy to learn, easy to play game, similar in the Gauntlet style. Check this one out. And let's move on to Heroes of Loot 2. Here's a quick trailer for the game, showing some of the cool features. Unlike Heroes of Loot 1, you control 2 players at once in this game, and you can switch back and forth between the characters that you've chosen to go through the dungeons. The level design that Orange Pixel has done with this game is great. Every time you play it, it's a little different, which I really like about the game. This game has a lot more end bosses, which I think is fun. I learned to hate these spikes. Those spikes got me a bunch. So the game basically builds on everything that's cool from Heroes of Loot until the graphics get an upgrade. Your unlockables you can get throughout the game. You can access them, which is pretty cool. Game gets insane at the higher levels, and we're going to switch to looking at it on the iiRcade. Here we are on the iiRcade. You can see you can do some adjustments to the sound. There's a couple options. You start by selecting your character. This game has a lot of characters that you can unlock by playing the game. I'm going to show a little bit of my first playthrough, and then I'm going to skip to a playthrough where I got a lot further. So this clip is just going to be a quick show through of the wizard and I believe the Valkyrie character. Here I am. I'm switching to a playthrough with the elf and the warrior. This is around level 8. Just going to show some quick gameplay clips of what some of the gameplay looks like. In my opinion, this game pretty much surpasses Heroes of Loot 1 pretty much in every way. The only thing I like about Heroes of Loot 1 is it does stick with just the one-player format, which makes it feel a little bit more like Gauntlet. But I feel like this game overall is a little better. Here we go. We got a boss, Flamehead. And, you know, your standard Robotron circling strategy. It's going to work pretty well. Boss was almost the end of Papa Brad. This was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Being a roguelike, all levels and enemy placements in this game are randomly generated. So pretty much every time you play it, you're going to get something new. And when you die, you're going to want to go back and play it one more time. I mean, the goal of the game is really to get through all 50 levels without dying, which is going to be quite a task. Because at around level 20, you have a massive difficulty spike, and things get a lot harder. Levels are always tons of different enemies, including devils, skull monsters, and even minotaurs when you get further on. There are plenty of rooms with traps and spikes, and an occasional puzzle to solve. To unlock the characters, you collect cards. If you collect all the cards, you unlock the character. Unlocking the characters does give you a reason to go back and play through the game to try to get more characters unlocked. overall, Heroes of Loot 2 is just a huge improvement from the first game, in my opinion. The first game is more retro. This is a much funner game. Switching between the characters, I think, was a huge improvement. This is by far my favorite Orange Pixel game that I have played. Really enjoying it. I'm sure I'm going to go back to it. So I'm going to give it a super high recommendation. This is pretty much a must-have if you have iiRcade. Okay.
But
one game that I kind of found that I kind of like that's kind of a real quirky game is White Knight. It's for some reason I'm not finding it, but it is on sale.
Right, it's under
there.
it's under the adventure category. Go down a little bit. They have an adventure category with 8
Oh, I'm
games in
sorry.
it.
Okay,
Yeah, there's like another category.
I just put it in
There's a lot of
all
categories.
showing all sale games because I didn't
Yeah.
see it. And I knew it was on sale, but that's a fun game. It's kind of like a graphic novel. It's all black and white, and
Yeah.
it's a very cool game.
Yeah, slow
it's
paced
pretty
game.
creepy. It's pretty
Creepy
creepy.
story.
Like if you turn the sound up, I mean, it has some jump scares in it. And
They also got Another World on sale.
That's
I-
that's what
that's
it's
a
about.
great game.
Yeah, it's under
I've
the
heard a lot of
adventure.
good things about that. You know, I snagged that
Where
one
is it?
today.
I'm missing it.
Keep going, keep going.
Keep
It's
going
up.
up.
Yeah.
with
it's-
that black and white one, they actually like some guy who made
Vision.
aftermarket stickers for the
There it is.
Oh,
iiRcade.
adventure. There we go. Okay.
There we go.
For White
hear
Knight,
this.
there was a guy who makes the stickers, the decals for the aftermarket, for the
Uh-huh.
iiRcade. He
Yeah.
actually made a really cool skin for White Knight.
Wow.
So
Yeah, White
that
Knight
was
is
like
cool.
his favorite game on the iiRcade.
It's all black and white. It reminds me of like the Frank Miller Sin City type artwork,
Yes.
but it's a different theme. It's more of like a creepy, almost like a horror theme.
And it's
Yeah,
got
it's
it's got a full story. It's pretty fleshed out, and it's a pretty long game. At like eight. I think it's 8 to 10 hours it took me to beat it, and it's not easy. There's going to be sections where you're going to scratch your head a little bit on what to do, but I totally think it's a worth purchase for this game. It's well done.
Are you there?
I have every
so what-
game on that list.
On the adventure category,
Yeah,
Wow.
every one of those.
what's Skellboy?
Yeah, I'm interested.
Skullboy's
in
a
Skullboy.
really strange
about it.
one. That would
Yeah.
it kind of has like a Minecraft look to the graphics, and it's got like a 3/4 perspective. It's so weird. It's like you can take different part of like your like as you fight different enemies in the game, like pieces of their body will fall off, and you can put them on, and
It almost has a Paper Mario type thing
That
to
looks-
it.
it's weird, man.
It's weird. Yeah.
It
It
plays
is.
well, but I always felt like the visuals just seem a little choppy. But you,
Yeah.
you want play the video, Brad?
I'm
It's
trying to get it
it's a
up.
strange one.
Could be-
It's
could be sprites on the screen.
it's basically like a 3D world platformer or adventure type game.
But your character like is flat.
Full screen
Yeah.
is unavailable.
Yeah, like I said, it's got like that.
Yeah, Paper Mario.
Oh, it's okay. I can see the video.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna try that one out and just see what I think of it.
It takes a while to get going. So
It's an expensive game. It's a $20
Yeah.
game.
It is an
normally.
expensive
It's
game, yeah.
expensive.
But
I might check it out
Might be-
while it's
might
on
be worth
sale
it.
and see what I think.
I've sat down with it for like an hour or two, and then I wound up starting it over because I didn't play it for a while.
Yeah,
Another
I
World
hate
is
that.
great. I would.
I
recommend
love
that
the
one.
Heroes of Loot. I didn't have Heroes of Loot 1. I had Heroes of Loot 2. Picked up the first one today because I really enjoy Heroes of Loot 2. It's kind of like a roguelike game where, you get one shot to see how far you can get. But, your experience that you gain on your characters kind of like stays. So once you go back in,
Okay.
I like
It-
it like that.
it's a little easier. But every time you go back in, it's different. The
Yeah.
dungeons are never the same. They're randomized.
Okay.
Now, Another World was on the Sega Genesis, correct?
That's the one. Yep.
Yeah.
PC as well. Yeah.
PC.
Mitchell
Yep.
B is a big
Amiga.
fan of the Ease games.
But isn't this like a remastered version of it?
Yeah, this is the remastered version that came out. I think early 2000s.
Goofyfoot's ready to play cards with us online.
Let's go, Goof. The problem I have with Another World, it's fun, it looks great, but some of those controls are so touchy, and when you get further in the game, there's levels that are basically timed, and you have to move that character precise. And I'm stuck at this part where, like, this guy's shooting a laser, but you have to duck and hit 3 button combos at the same time, and there's latency, and so
Yeah.
it's like, it's good, but be prepared for some frustration later on in the game.
Yeah, some of those style games are a lot easier with a standard console controller than an
Yeah.
arcade type setup.
Yeah, I agree.
Splunker, difficult game, but I always love those type of adventure games where you got to keep going
Yeah.
deeper down into the cave.
To me, if I'm going to play a game like of that style, though, I'm going Lode Runner Legacy all the way.
Totally.
Because
Agreed.
it's such a kick-ass game. I mean,
Yeah, I picked that up when it was on.
I bought the entire Lode Runner series of arcade games.
Yeah,
And
so
I played
did
them all
I.
for a little bit, and then I was like, man, I just love Lode Runner Legacy. I can't.
Yeah.
I like the modern. The retro
Lode Runner
modern is
Legacy
where
is
it's at.
incredible.
What do you think?
I didn't find it
fellas?
necessary to pick up all 4 with Legacy because
Yeah,
in
that's
Legacy
what I'm
you
trying
still
to
kind of you could still go
They're
back
so
and play
cheap,
the
too, when
retro
they're
of
on
the
sale.
first
I
one.
just bought the whole. I bought them all.
No, it's certainly overkill. You don't need all of them, but I bought them
They're
anyway.
so similar too. It's
Yeah,
like,
I can't tell them apart.
but
Lode Runner Legacy don't they have all the other ones included with it?
I think they
Ju-
have the
Just
first
the
one.
original, but it's not the one on the iArcade. It's a different looking.
isn't like the PC one. I mean, the,
Yeah, it's like a
computer one.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a remake of the older graphics, but it's not the
remake
original.
of the original
older
like
graphics.
computer.
Exactly.
These are the arcade versions.
I've had
So
a
they're a
very
little
good
different,
time with
but-
Lode Runner Legacy.
Lode Runner Legacy is great.
Yeah.
Cuddles, tell us what should they be looking at? What should arcade be
I'll
looking
tell
at?
you,
as
I'm
far
going
as
to pick up
indie games?
Tropical. To be honest with you, I've been playing Zero Eyes like crazy. See, I even watched the demo on the iArcade. Okay, you have to speed up to hit the other cars, right? But once they hit you, you have to hit the brake. So you have the gas and the brake. So whoever was playing it didn't hit the brake, and they kept crashing into the wall, and the game was over in like 30 seconds. But you have to hit the car, and if another car hits you, hit the brake, and so that keeps you going forward. Zero Eyes is incredible, man. I've been playing. I must have put 5-6 hours into Zero Eyes. It's very addicting.
Okay, and that was just on sale, so you just missed it.
No,
but
and I was trying to
even
say,
so,
get
it's not an expensive game. Pick it up, check it out.
It's still $5. It's worth $5, but
Still,
I
it's
didn't
still
really.
not an expensive game to
It's
get.
incredible. One of the best games. One of my favorite games is Zero Eyes on the iArcade.
Okay. What do you think, Nick? I haven't heard from you in a while. What do you think? As far as these games, which ones are you going to pick up?
Well, I definitely picked up, like I said, the Lode Runner that we were talking about, the Legacy. I want to try that one out. I think Skellboy will be something that's on my list. That looks really good when we just looked
Okay.
at. I'm into games like that, and Heroes of Loot as well, those dungeon crawlers
Yeah,
and
it's a good
roguelites.
info.
Definitely interested in those.
I know, Kev, Greg, you probably got most of these games, but are there any games you're picking up?
Yeah, I did not get the Bloodstorm and the Time Killers, so I want to pick up those. And the Heroes of Loot, I definitely want to pick up. But yeah, I mean, these sales are coming, Brad. But by the 3rd or 4th year, we're gonna have them all.
Yeah,
I'm
I
up to
know.
like
I mean, it's just,
160 games or
I'm a
so.
huge fan of
170.
arcade. I have a lot
Yeah,
of games.
so eventually
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, they're on sale. And you're like, oh, I got it. I got 90% of these games
Yeah,
now. What
I
do I
mean-
do?
What are we gonna do when we get to shmups? It's like
Oh.
I got them all. I think I got like 90% of the shmup catalog I have.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
have them all.
That's what this cab. I mean, it's just nothing
Yeah.
touches this cab in that
Yeah.
category.
Yep.
I saved money that week.
But there's gonna
Yeah, that'll be a cheap win.
Menu.
I will literally pick up the couple I don't have, and that'll be it. So
But we need an all-star shmup, like a AAA shmup.
they have the whole Toplin library. It doesn't get more AAA than that for shooters. The Toplin
There's
library.
still
I mean, if
so
they had
many more
Cave,
out there. So
Yeah.
many great ones.
They could get something like iiRcade. Oh my God, would you imagine that on
Ikaruga,
iiRcade?
There's even much, I know
Yeah,
Brooklyn. He
so
knows the
much.
good shmups out there. There's a lot of really good shmups out there.
I know you're into them too. Like you do a lot of reviews of them.
Yeah.
And, but I think just it doesn't need to be like an old school arcade. And you look
No.
look at what's available on Steam.
the more
and pick
modern
some of the
shmups are
winners.
even better.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree.
There's one company called QUTE.
Hmm.
They have a lot of good shmups. And then there's Cave. Those are
Cave
like
is amazing. If they could get Cave, wow, that would be incredible.
or something. Those are like the two best shmup companies out there.
What up?
Hey, what's up, Jeff?
But those are $25 games, but I would pick them up day one.
I would pick up. It wouldn't matter. Like if it's a really great shmup, I'll buy it. It wouldn't matter. I mean, as long as not $100 or something. I mean, if it's reasonable, I would
Did I
definitely
just
pick it
walk
up.
into Cuddles saying he wants to pay $25 for every iiRcade game?
Yeah.
No, just for a
Absolutely.
QD shmup or a
Oh.
Cave shmup.
Yeah, for
Only Donut Dodo.
That's worth $25.
I actually bought Dodo.
You did?
Dodo.
Oh, my God,
we've
what?
converted you.
we converted Cuddles.
Jeez.
Cuddles is switching his
Yeah.
The
tune.
toilet bowl is so frustrating, though. I
Can't jump it, man.
His tune.
You can't jump it. It's just
Everything
a lot
else
of
you can
skill.
jump over, or it's on a fixed path. So you just
So-
got to worry about avoiding the one guy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
One dude.
yeah.
Yeah, Jeff was afraid to come on because
I played it now.
Jeff didn't have a lot of good to say about the sports games. Jeff, what
Okay,
games
look.
would you? I just want to
Don't
hear
be there, Jeff.
what games would you recommend out of these games that are on sale? Because you missed most of the stream. But
jeez.
what would you say
Let
if
me
you tell
pull 'em
someone,
up.
look, buy these games? Which games would you say are your faves?
Let me pull it up. Because I looked at this list, and I'm gonna be honest, guys. I told Brad, I'm like, man, do you really want me to come on the stream today? Because
He was scared to come on. I said, Jeff,
I'm not-
this is a
Why?
safe
these are
space.
not.
You-
These are not my
You can
favorite
say what you
titles this
think.
week. So
There's some good sports
Can you
games.
find one that you like, Rainwater?
yeah. Let me sort this. 10-yard fight right off the bat. That one's the gem of this pick. I think.
There you
Okay, so
go.
10-year fight. It did make our sports list of the winners.
I just look at
Okay.
that game and I just
I've never played it.
the way it looks with like
A
the
hidden
whole
gem
team
is Tropical Angel. Most people don't know that
Stoneball.
game.
I do like
Stone Ball. This is another one that they said was really
Yeast
good.
Chronicles are
I'll
good
buy
if you're
that for
looking
sure.
for. That's like if you like Zelda games. Yeast Chronicles. Heavy Smash is. It's not a deep game, but it's good for a little.
Heavy
little bit of
Smash
fun.
is fantastic.
If
And
you're
it
buying
plays-
Heavy
it plays
Smash, you're buying it to
online.
play
It's
online.
one of the best online sports games because it plays so smooth.
Bring up all the games, Papa Brad. Let so
Stadium
we can all
Heroes
pick our.
96. Stadium
what our
Heroes
top
96
pick would
let me
be.
pull them up. Here we
one
go.
that I
Boom.
think is
We
one
can
that
only
should
buy
buy.
one.
Only by one.
Oh, we're gonna do that. Okay, let me sort them just to the games that are on discount.
Out of the entire
Evo
sale.
Land games because
Squash.
those
There's
are
too many
superb.
ones to pick from.
Yeah. Just something
Those
that you can't go
discounts-
wrong
I mean,
with.
of course. Why
Now
would
you
you go with
understand.
Bears?
Obviously, we
I mean,
know
Bears is only
Breakers is great,
$4.19.
but I'm not the biggest fighter game guy. I have Breakers, and it's great. All right, someone go first, so I have a chance to look.
It's a tough one. I mean, if you want,
I can pick
longevity-
one. If I can pick one, I'm going to say Breaker's Revenge because it's a fantastic fighter and it's really the only great fighter that I'm in love with on iiRcade. So I would say Breaker's Revenge, shortly followed by Heavy Smash would be my number 2.
Check out
Love those two
Cardinals.
games.
Cardinals Revenge. Check that one out.
I'll check that one out.
I thought it was funny today. Michael was talking about Rage of the Dragons being one of his favorite fighting games, and he said it's a game that has a high level of skill but a low barrier of entry. And I totally
he's
disagree.
Barrier
wrong.
of entry
He's
is
so
insane
wrong.
on that game.
So, get my ass kicked in seconds.
I haven't met anyone that can beat the computer except for
Yeah.
Mikey J. Mikey J says he can beat it, but I want to see. I mean,
I think
Stream
there's
that.
a lot of depth to that game, but as far as a low barrier of entry, I think he got that way
It's
wrong.
a very high barrier
It's
of
a
entry. It's a
hard
very
game.
Playing
Alright,
against a computer in that game is no fun.
I
So
mean,
I'm gonna
unless
give-
we're all just bad. Maybe that's
I'm ready to give my
Yeah.
picks.
Okay,
What's your
he's
picks?
ready. Brooklyn's coming on.
One pick.
I'm gonna say Evo Land 1 and 2 and Heroes of Loot 2.
Excellent. Good choices.
Oh, you like the Heroes of Loot ones? Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I did play that.
But
That's kind of
I really
almost
enjoy
like
them.
a dungeon
How
crawl
about-
card
how
game.
about- how
It's
about-
like it's one of the games like you kind of pull up your stool
I
and
did a
sit
live
down
stream on
and,
that. Yeah,
and
yeah.
play it.
That was pretty good.
How about you, Cuddles? Cuddles, I respect your opinion. If you could pick one,
Okay,
is it
one-
squash?
squash.
Is it squash? Really? Squash for the win.
There you go.
I mean,
You always
I have to
pick the
admit,
weirdest
squash is
titles.
fantastic. It is
Don't-
really fun to play.
Don't look at the videos or anything. Just buy it,
Buy it,
play
play
it.
it.
You
It's
got,
fantastic.
you got a half an hour.
I agree.
You'll be addicted in 10 minutes. Trust
And it's
me.
funny, the At Games community is also, they love that squash game because it's a good
I
game.
don't get it.
It doesn't matter what
Everybody
platform
loves
it's on. It's a
squash.
good
It's
game.
actually, Jeff, if you've played it online, it's pretty fun. Once you get online and start hitting the buttons
You
and
got to
get
play.
into it,
Yeah, I
you
don't play
gotta
against
play
a
it.
computer. You
Yeah,
got to
you
play
gotta-
against a live player.
Yeah.
Just like a fighting game. If a fighting
don't
game
know
you
the
can't play
rule-
against a live player,
You don't-
like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 that's out right now, like I can beat that game without losing a life.
Jeff, you just have to hit the ball. That's all you have to know.
That's it, man.
Just
It's
hit the
just
ball,
like-
man.
Yeah, don't get
Yeah, it's
distracted
like
by the
ping
nude
pong,
women in
Yeah.
the cutscenes. When there's a nude woman in the crowd, but like
Give me more
it's,
reasons to
it's
not
so
buy
quick.
this game, bro.
It's so quick that people don't notice. Like I never even noticed until Cuddles pointed it out, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Now I see it every time I see it.
Oh, good lord.
I never saw it. I'd been playing the game. I'm like, why does this game have a?
Let me see if they marked.
So
they
it's
marked
so
this as
so it's on
mature.
iiRcade, and they actually in that part the girl holds up a sign,
say
so
The
it's
sign,
blocking.
right? Yeah.
Really? See, maybe that's why. Like, if I have it on iiRcade, then I'm paying.
Yeah, well,
twice
this
for it.
is the true arcade game, so you get the full experience, which I
I want
appreciate.
to know one of the expensive titles that they have on here. More expensive, relatively more expensive, is Scale Boy. What do you guys think of Scale Boy?
I think it's weird. It's like a long platformer, like weird perspective type game. I just felt like when I played it, it played a little choppy, like
Yeah.
the frame rate.
I
but
thought it was going to be more like Paper Mario, but it
Yeah.
wasn't.
I agree with Mikey J too. He says buy Rage of the Dragons now because it's an expensive game and it's on sale. That is true. It's an expensive game. I would get it now. It's definitely worth having. It's one of the two good fighters.
Mikey, do you like Mighty Warriors for $4.19? That's what I want to know. From fighting game guys, if they actually like that one, because that's a cheap fighting game. Nobody ever talks about it.
Okay, so let's see. We have not heard from Nix. What would be your pick if you could pick one of these games on sale?
Stadium 96, the baseball game. It
That's a
plays,
great game. That's
Yeah,
a good
that's-
choice
It's
too.
really good. Good
Fantastic.
baseball experience.
It takes a lot of
That's good.
skill too. Like
Yeah.
I was watching you guys playing. I'm like, no, dude, you could. There's different. You could throw different kind of pitches. You could swap out the players. Your pitcher's weak. You could put in a better pitcher. And the same with the. You have the bases loaded. You could change the batter.
Steel bases, like full
Yeah.
baseball
Chris
experience.
prefers Evo Land to Skellboy.
So do I, hands down.
It's a better
Evo
story.
Land is better. Okay.
Cool.
Just the way
gimmicks.
the way it starts out, and how you
It is
go
so
through
cool.
all
It
the
is so
history
cool.
of video games, different
It is
graphics.
cool. I
and
like the
stuff.
way
I
it
love
gradually unlocks. It starts from super primitive to
Yeah.
And that's why when I said as my pick, I said Evil Land 1 and 2, because I pretty much guarantee you, if you play Evil Land, you're gonna want to play the second one.
Yeah, but be warned. That second one has a section at the end game in a forest, and I
hard.
I must have spent 3 hours in that forest. I couldn't get out.
Oh, that is frustrating.
I don't know if you guys made it that far.
I don't know. Like to
Well,
me,
Evo
like I
Land-
said, for me, I
Evo
like.
Land 2, I got pretty far, but I had to look online for cheats.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I had to get out of the forest. I had to look it up.
Yeah, I got stuck at a couple spots. It's a good game though.
Yeah.
Very creative.
Okay, I think we covered all the games. What do you guys think? I think we went through all the games pretty good.
I think if you want
Fantastic.
something, get it. It's the only
Want
time this
something,
year.
Get it on sale.
Just get it.
There's
Stack
a
'em up.
few that are in here that I'm going to give a shot. I passed on previously like another
Yeah, let me get that one. I'm picking that up.
Yep.
a horse race betting one. That's
Arlington. Yeah, I'm picking that one up.
So, I mean,
too.
I want to try
There's
these.
quite a few I'm gonna pick up in this sale.
Jeff,
I mean,
if you,
and if you want a legit, like really long role playing game, those ease games,
yeah.
like the
Those are
freaking intro
good.
alone is like 40 minutes before you even start playing.
But Jeff, I forbid you to refund a $2.09 game. If you,
Oh, I will refund that Arlington horse race if it sucks. I'm
Oh,
not.
dude, I like
Jeff's a refund
Kids,
king.
we'll say this:
refund
this week,
king.
I'm not filling my cart with $100 worth of games. I'm buying them one at
He's
a
gonna
time.
one at a
And then
time and
refunding
refund
them.
all of them.
I don't care if the game is like 30 cents. If it sucks, I will
Oh,
refund. It's the
Jeff.
principle of it.
I'll give you
No, Arlington
$2.09
horse race-
back.
Yeah.
Arlington
It
horse
might be,
race is fun,
but
man.
I also am going to recognize that it is only $2.09.
Thank
So
you.
If it is like meh, I'll probably keep it, right? Because it's worth $2.09, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
now, if that's meh, but I spend, let's say, $10.49 on Rage of the Dragons, and it's worth $2.09, then I would refund it, right?
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
that
Yeah.
one, but still. So I
You'll-
will
you'll
keep
enjoy
in
Arlington
mind
horse
the
race.
cost of the game versus whether I think it's worth that. But yeah, there's a few that I want to try. As Divine Dios is one that I probably want to check out. Tears Revolute is another one that I'd like to check out. So there's a number of them that I'm going to give them the 30-minute treatment to this week.
30-minute treatment.
We'll see
Do
if it makes the
See
cut.
if they
Give it-
make the
I'm
cut.
not getting
30-minute
Bear
rub
Sis,
down.
though. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Don't
Some of
forget,
them
Bear Sis is
RPGs,
on
though,
sale for
Rainwater, it's
$4.19.
30 minutes before you start playing.
Yeah, exactly. Text it for
Oh,
30
It's
minutes.
the 30-minute
30 minutes create a character. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
What's like 30 minutes great character?
I'm
Which
stuck
game
with
are you-
it. all the RPGs.
Oh, really?
The Skullboy takes forever to get going, like to actually
Does it?
start playing. It's like a tutorial for 20 minutes.
Yeah, it did have a long tutorial. It's a
And that's
cool
the thing, like
art
for me,
style.
like I have a hard time like sitting in my arcade doing an RPG. It
Yeah,
might just be me, but like I can't.
Yeah,
Like I want to sit on a TV if I'm doing.
it's
that
true.
kind of game,
It's
okay?
true.
agreed.
I
Yeah.
mean,
That's why I
wanna
like
get
the
in and get
Evoland.
out and have
You
a-
know,
You can. I'm
I
telling
just
you, you
wanna-
can beat Evoland in one sitting.
Yeah,
Easy.
it's
point
like
out,
3 hours.
You can take it off the base and set it on your desk right here, so you can see. This is literally what mine is.
yeah,
No one
you
does
just
that,
kinda
Rainwater.
show-
Yeah,
I
who
only
does that?
Rainwater
It's
I'm
does that.
taking
literally
my
right
arcade
here.
apart to play a game.
Yeah,
I took
I'm
it in
not-
my bathroom.
It's because I play it so much, I didn't want to have to stand up and play it. Sit
Jeff
on the
puts it
sofa.
next to his car when he's driving to work.
Yeah, he has it in his
It's in the
passenger
Prius.
seat.
It's in the passenger seat of the Prius when he's driving around.
If you
But
knew
he's
how bored I was
responsible. He puts a
today at work,
seatbelt
I
on
should've
it.
brought it to
He
work
does.
as
He
well.
does
Should've.
properly secure his iArcade.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
why
my
he's always
God.
in his car when he's doing
Drive
IRC
Yeah.
safely,
games.
people. Only play at red lights.
Yeah, he only plays at
You
the red
could
lights.
do that. I'm just saying. I'm not endorsing playing 10-yard fight while at a red light on Sundine Avenue, but
Mhm.
It's
Just
got a
saying.
pause button.
that was very
Hey,
specific.
anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. All right.
I bet Nix can play while driving and still beat me.
They still get first
Yeah,
place.
Yeah. I mean,
As a matter of fact,
Nix-
from now on, if you want to play in any competitions, you
there
need to
could
be
be there
driving.
could be a new show.
Yeah,
called-
exactly. He
There
has
could
to
be a new
drive.
show instead of Friday Night. It could be
There we
called
go.
"Can Anyone Beat Nix?"
That's actually a good
answer is-
idea.
The
He reaches
answer
to
is
shift
no.
gears and instead
Nobody
he
can.
moves the joystick.
Oh,
You know, we didn't.
fantastic.
Cuddles and I didn't want to spoil the surprise, but whoever wins on the Friday Night Arcade show tonight actually wins his shirt.
That would be awesome. Alex has a room open in Squad.
Size medium.
And look, man, this is the best. This is the best dressed man on the internet. I
But
mean,
you got to
I
fit a
love
size
that
medium.
shirt.
Look
I
at the
saw
way he
that
represents.
shirt in what was that TV show? Saved by the Bell that had the
Yeah.
curtains in the no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, is
Very
that
cool.
is that
Very
the Saved
cool.
by the Bell background?
It's every 90s trapper keeper.
Don't hurt me.
So I wanted to bring this up. I know Michael thinks like Galacticon wasn't my idea, and I don't know, man. I think
Oh, wait, what?
there's another developer out there called Reset Games,
Okay.
and they have Machine Gun Fury. I think I did a video on my channel, and their games are awesome. If we could get Reset Games on board, that would be incredible. I think they're out of the UK, and one of their games is called Machine Gun Fury, Alex watches my channel. Not many people watch it, but
Yeah,
Alex
I
does.
watch all your videos.
I saw
Oh,
that one.
thanks.
Every
Yeah,
video I
so-
watch. Every
It's-
video.
Is that like the
So-
commando style one?
It's awesome. It's an incredible game, and there's other developers. I'm going to post on Facebook on the iArcadians, where they make classic games like they just post classic games like I think there was a game called Molar Mall or something like that, and you're in
What?
somebody's
That gets
mouth.
bigger.
And you brush the teeth, and like the teeth turn different colors, but like these old school 1970s games, and we could use some of those.
Yeah,
They were
absolutely.
really hurting for game ideas, I guess.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah,
brushing
I
teeth.
mean,
Plaque
Not
attack.
bad.
Yeah, but
Black
the
Yeah,
thing is,
I think I remember
the thing
playing that on
is,
the Atari
like,
2600.
Yeah.
I'm glad they got Galacticon. I mean, I've been begging for
so
that
good.
game, and everybody's playing it now, and they understand how
Everyone
good
loves
it
the
is.
game. So
Papa
good.
Brad's been pushing Saturn Deluxe.
Game's
you know,
fantastic.
I want to
You
play
know,
that. Yes,
It's
please.
great.
Hmm.
So
If you love
know,
Robotron, you cannot hate on that game. Like I am a hardcore arcade Robotron player, and that game has the magic of a dual stick shooter. It's just fantastic.
I just
And,
realized I've been on this stream
needs
for a
to be
little
on
while,
a
and I have
arcade.
not disclosed that
Uh
I've received games
Uh-oh.
from iArcade. So I
Do it.
apologize.
Confess.
Yes, confess.
Take my opinion with a grain of salt because I've received free games from them
Yes,
once or
yes,
twice.
thank
So
you.
just let that
Absolutely,
be
yeah.
known.
there's
Gotta-
When
I
I'm
gotta
not
disclose that.
when I'm not buying subs or fighting the person that hates iArcade the most in the world,
You're getting free
I mean,
stuff. Yeah.
I'm getting free things from iArcade, which I mean, it's like there's so much out there. It's like eventually it's just like please stop. I mean, all I want to do is do a show about iArcade. I love iArcade. I'm here because I love the machine. I love the people. I love this group of people
Yeah.
that play iArcade games, and that's it. That's all this is about.
yeah.
Amen.
That's right.